Met Éireann has issued its second highest weather alert, a status orange wind warning for the whole country for tomorrow as Storm Brendan approaches. It's expected to hit the west coast early in the morning and then track across the country, bringing stormy conditions and heavy rainfall countrywide, with localised flooding possible.
A sunny Sunday start for hundreds of walkers on the Salt Hill Promenade. But today's calm conditions are set to give way to more inclement weather as the new week begins. Met Éireann says strong to gale-force southerly winds will extend countrywide in the morning, with a risk of damaging gusts on southern, western and northwestern coasts.
Brendan is tracking across the Atlantic now, rapidly deepening, so it's going to bring some very strong winds, gale-force winds, storm-force conditions at sea, possibly up to violent storm-force 11 along the west coast, some heavy rain crossing the country also.
After several incidents of severe flooding around here in recent years, home and business owners are taking steps to ensure their properties are safeguarded over the coming 24 hours.
The last time when we got caught, just before Christmas, we got it cleaned up the night before, and I suppose as the customers came in the next day, they didn't see any damage. So it's just to brace ourselves so that we can keep operational business-wise.
Galway City Council has closed the two public car parks in Salt Hill ahead of Storm Brendan, motorists being advised to remove their vehicles to avoid the risk of water damage in the event of surges tomorrow. A short distance away, local authority crews spent much of the day installing flood defences on the banks of the Corrib.
And it'd be effective to it should stop the flooding going into the buildings across the road here, do you know? And without it, I wouldn't like to say how far the water could travel.
Elsewhere, a number of locations overseen by the National Parks and Wildlife Service will be closed as long as the weather warning remains in place. The orange wind warning for Connacht, Donegal and Kerry is valid from 9 a.m. until 9 o'clock tomorrow night. A similar warning for the rest of Munster, all of Leinster and counties Cavan and Monaghan comes into effect at 8 a.m. and remains in place until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
And Pat joins us now from Galway. So Pat, what's the advice tonight?
Well, given the fact that this is going to impact the whole country, according to Met Éireann, a range of advice from a range of agencies tonight. Eileen, first of all, road users being advised to be especially vigilant early in the morning for fallen debris, and the Road Safety Authority urging pedestrians and cyclists to consider delaying or cancelling their journeys, at least during the time that the orange wind warning is in place. There is also a status red marine warning with gusts of up to 130 kilometres per hour around coastal areas, but force 8 to storm force 10 winds expected on all Irish coastal waters and on the Irish Sea, and violent storm force 11 winds possible at times from Mizenhead to Slinehead to Mallinhead. So the warning there to mariners is to stay well clear of the sea tomorrow if at all possible. Now, in terms of the infrastructural requirements, local authority crews, civil defence teams and ESB personnel will be monitoring the situation as it unfolds. The quays in Cork will be closed during high tide tomorrow. Dublin Port Company will also close bridges at certain points during the day to take account of the status orange warning. And for many people, the most important aspect of all of this, of course, school closures. There's no blanket school closure move at all tomorrow. The decision on whether to open or not is a matter for each individual school to make, depending on conditions, and should conditions prevent schools from opening, parents will be alerted through the usual text alert systems in the morning.
Pat McGrath in Galway. Thank you.